Good evening. Welcome to the Iroquois Park Sports Center in the main pad here at the Ontario Lacrosse Festival. It is the U17 A Provincial Championship game between the Orangeville Northmen and the Halton Hills Bulldogs. We'll turn it over to Spencer Tange, the PA announcer, for player introductions and the national anthem before it's game time here at the festival. Enjoy, everyone.
Indigenous peoples throughout Ontario have cared for and continue to protect Turtle Island and all of its resources. Together, we commit to the responsibility and reconciliation and the work involved in increasing awareness and understanding of our shared history as friends and as allies. And now, lacrosse fans of all ages, please rise if you're ready, and gentlemen, please move your hats for the flag of Canada.
It is the U17 A Division Final here at Pad 1 at the Iroquois Park Sports Center and the Ontario Lacrosse Festival, the 20th anniversary of this incredible festival and celebration of the game of lacrosse. One of the better rivalries we've got here in Ontario, the Orangeville Northmen and the Halton Hills Bulldogs going to battle today. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside Spencer Tanguay and the JVI Sports Network presenting this game to you from the Ontario Lacrosse Festival. It's going to cap a fantastic day, the third provincial championship already. Burlington capturing U13, and we just saw St. Catharines with the U15 gold, and now one of these two teams will add another banner to their historic runs.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. You talked about it. This is a rivalry that everybody knows in Ontario lacrosse. It's the Halton Hills Bulldogs, of course, champions in so many A levels, champions at the junior to major level. And the Orangeville Northmen, they were introduced as the Dark Empire, but horns up, of course, in Orangeville. Orangeville Northmen, of course, looking for another U17A championship. They've won the most in 2020 and in the 2000s. This is a dominant team here, led by Mr. Phil Sanderson.
Ty Thompson getting the start for the Orangeville Northmen. We've actually got 2 double zeros in our program for Halton Hills, so have to see if we can figure out which one of those two is in net. It's either Connor Upshaw, the graduate, or Hudson Henderson for Halton Hills, I believe. Gray uniforms, red buckets for Halton Hills. They'll go left to right here in this opening period. And the iconic black and silver, oh my goodness. What a stop right off the bat. As ball down here, picked up. And Orangeville just having trouble getting across center. Highlight reel open for business early on in this one.
Yeah, Ty Thompson's unbelievable. There's no doubt about it. That is exactly what you need. He made it a tremendous save earlier today in their round robin game. That one tops it just 13 seconds in rather to this ball game.
Jacob Calais, initial shot rolled out to the boards. Finn Merrill chases it back in towards the crease where it's gobbled up and sent back to the restraining line.
You talk about legacies between both of these clubs and so many historic games that I could think of just at the junior level, and now you look at the minor lacrosse level. This Halton Hills Bulldog team, U17, a number 1 in field lacrosse this season. They pretty much ran the table. They were really, really good. And now the Orangeville Northmen dominant in box, but Halton Hills, number 1 coming into the tournament.
13 graduates on this Halton Hills team that's turning and firing one of those, Colton D'Amico. Off the feet of Thompson, who will do some housekeeping in his net. As the ball goes back the other way, they're going to call that shot late off the shot clock. Meanwhile, 9 graduates in the U17 program on the side of the Northmen. Pretty much got the entire Junior A draft right here in front of us.
Yeah, I was going to say, you talk about guys that, of course, for Halton Hills have a good chance, of course, going in the OJLL draft. A lot of the guys for the Orangeville Northmen, of course, protected by Orangeville, playing in their hometown. But I'd love to know the amount of junior games played between these two ball clubs, just the amount of kids that get the chance to play either Junior B, Junior A, get a couple of chances to play up, of course, even Junior C for, of course, Orangeville. Dominance coming from both these clubs at the junior level. You know these guys are ready for this big test.
Circling through, Lucas Ward's first shot. Into the feet there of Thompson. Orangeville will get it back. Halton Hills, by the way, their Junior B program sending 11 players to A this season, but it all starts right here in the minor program and then working up for those teams that don't have an A program in their center. Not to worry, plenty of opportunities to play elsewhere.
Great stick. That's a great defensive stick by the Bulldogs. Just throw that last-ditch effort out. It's going to take a full 45-minute effort here. These teams are gassed, but again, it's the last game of the tournament. You find what you have in the tank here, and you circle this one on the calendar. Everyone has full energy for a big gold medal game.
Halton Hills working it to the outside. They'll return it back into the stick of Brody Haynes. His outside shot off the goaltender. They'll argue over the loose ball and an extra shot after the big hit into the boards. Officials will jump in quickly. Yes, we do have a three-man crew here for this U17A game.
Yeah, Matt, you were talking about how the officiating crew, of course, selected here an invite only to get to this provincial championship for the A qualifiers. But at the U17 level, they have 3 officials on the floor to get them prepared for Ontario Junior A lacrosse, right? You want to get these officials the most real-life experiences they can, and this is a great opportunity. The crew chief is Tyler Flake. He's with Brad Fidel and Chris Aspros. All gentlemen have worked junior games this season.
Chris Aspros and RIC, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes, Mimico.
Contractually obligated to mention that.
Yes, you know what? He's been a guy who's been around this game a long time and has given back so much, and this is his big opportunity here at the U17 final. You talk to Chris Aspers, he's more than excited as these players. He's given so much to this game, and this is a big, big opportunity for him among all the officials selected here.
Brock Dickey getting the holding call, our first one of the game. Vincent Ward will set up. We're scheduled for 3:15 runtime periods. And run time in the power play as well, only 15 seconds of it before Halton Hills pots the opener.
Well, Thompson can't get across in time, and he shouldn't have to make save after save like that. Bottom of your screen, it's going to be a beautiful feed, and it's that fake shot. They're going to get a good one-time pass, the quick stick. Thompson just not able to get across in time, but very easy power play here for the Halton Hills Bulldogs. One quick shot, and they have the opening goal 5 minutes into the U17 final.
These two teams have met many times through minor, through provincial championships, through junior B playoffs, and otherwise. And going to be another good battle here today, like we said. First blood goes to Halton Hills, and then a big hit there. This is all on Orangeville's clocks. Again, playing minor box rules, so no 10 seconds over half unless you're killing a penalty. No over and back unless you're killing a penalty. 30-second shot clock still applies. And others we'll get to, including some funky tournament-specific rules like 2 timeouts that can be used in the same period.
Yeah, there's so many rules that one of the problems, I guess, with the great sport we have is there's so many modifications to the rule book. However, this is the best minor lacrosse in the world, no doubt about that. The top 2 teams going at it here, and what has been a tremendous qualifiers, and it's going to be capped off here with the Bulldogs and the Northmen once again here in the final dance.
Souvenir goes through the safety netting and caught by some of the scratches for the Orangeville team. Working out of the corner, Tyler Grunrose playing back, shoved down there, Finn Merrill. Lost the ball in the process, allowing Jackson Baxter to pick up for Halton Hills.
Like that defense there from Ryan Riley for the Bulldogs, able to just collapse quickly on the Northman, send him to the turf, but wisely doesn't hit him while he's on the turf. That's going to draw a penalty 100% of the time. Just gets makes a great stick check rather, and the ball comes free.
Lucas Ward, a couple big high steps before releasing that shot. Ball will be played into the corner. Liam Quinn got there first for Halton Hills. Jump ball now. Looking to bring it down Ashwood Murray, and won't before the shot clock, but it will be Orangeville possession.
Now you see the level of the compete level at the U13, and then of course the U15, and now the U17. The speed is just amplified way up. It is so quick, this game here at the U17 level, and every single possession means something because you got a great stop from the netminder for Halton Hills, which will bring us to our goaltender water break.
7:38 left. Take that as close to half as they can. Intensity ramps up a little bit more as you come into this level as well. We've already seen more physical play, but you start to recognize plays as plays that would come off the chalkboard, X's and O's and things of that nature once you get to this level.
Well, you look at the All-Star teams back from previous U17 teams, just going all the way back to 2022. You might know some of these names, of course. 2024, Aiden Matthews listed as the U17 MVP. Max Weatherup, Riley Woods from Center of Wellington, Max Kruger, another Orangeville Northman, Matt Souter from the Gales, and Jackson Magar, the goaltender for the Guelph Regals. That's all last year. And you go back to 2023, how about Dylan Sanderson out of the Orangeville Northmen? Some big names coming out that you see at the junior levels now have come through this program.
Not just junior levels, but they're stars at the junior levels.
For sure.
A lot of those names you mentioned busy tonight in about 7 minutes Game number, what are we up to? 5
5.
In the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Final Series.
In what, 3 overtime games already?
Yes, 3 out of the 4 finished in extra time. Brody Haynes. Does that mean we've got an out-of-town scoreboard?
We do. Yeah,
we
will
got the bronze game going on as well. I got an eye roll from the director. I don't think so.
We'll see what they could pull off here at Iroquois Park, Pad 1, as it's, again, actually, believe it or not, the crowd was bigger, I thought, at the U13, U15 game, as there's an outside shot. But a tremendous crowd on hand, regardless. Everybody will be filing in here as we get deeper into this game in a 1-0 ball game.
There are still games going on throughout the facility, including the bronze medal game between London and Nepean. Bronze medal to be handed out after this one, along with gold and silver. Shot, rising shot that goes off the shoulder of the netminder and up out of play on the run. Tyler Grunios. Still can't get over that all-star list that you read earlier. Cooper Cosmo with a chance now.
And that's just one season.
Yeah, right.
Right, you go back a couple of years and you peel it back, it's wild.
I'm sure it is. I got work to do. Another, man, Thompson looking pretty good in that crease early on for Orangeville, despite the 1-goal disadvantage here.
Yeah, you think of goaltenders, of course. You mentioned Cosmo's name, of course. Anthony Cosmo coming from Orangeville. Nick Rose, an Orangeville alumni, of course.
If you're going to do this, we're going to be here a while.
For sure. The goalie factory. Everyone knows about the goalie factory. But Thompson, just another product, as that's going to be a heavy pick. Caught by the official Tyler Flake, and we're going the other way.
You know, I asked Nick Rose about that a few years ago, and why so many goalies? And he just kind of winked at me and said, I can't tell you. But then said, you know, the mentors that he had were guys that played, and the mentors they had were guys that played. And he passed it back on to guys like Rylan Hartley, continuing to pass it back down. As now Halton Hills wheels over the top. They'll come all the way back up to the restraining line for a hard rip from Lucas Ward.
Talk about a Selly. Points at the Bulldog right in front of the Northman bench, and that's going to fire up the Northman. But what a rip. Able to find the left pipe, and it beats Thompson right at the hand. Lucas Ward, have yourself an outside shot. This one right at the hand off the pipe, and that one's going to find Twine. Bulldogs, look at the Selly. He's fired up here. It's 2-0. 5 minutes to go in the opening period.
The logo on the chest is the community, I think I heard someone say earlier tonight. 5 minutes left to go in this first period. 2-0 now, Halton Hills. Man, that's a junior level shot right there coming off the stick of Ward.
Yeah, you talk about the accuracy, right? He's able to slip through the traffic that's high, and he creates that lane. Not only then does he take the shot, he's able to find the pipe and make it 2-0.
Orangeville trying to do their best now. 10 seconds left in their shot clock. They'll work it down in towards the corner. 5 left to go. Back for Cosmo. Pardon me, that was Kieran Whitty to the far side before getting beat by the 30 clock.
Out-of-town scoreboard update. We have the out-of-town. London a 4-3 lead right now at the end of the second period. That game happening about 48 steps from this building inside IP Pad 2.
I thought I could see it from here, but I can't. Just a little raised up here in the, actually, I was going to say press box, opposite side of the press box, as we get another save from Thompson. Listed as the assistant coaches, Owen Ron and Cohen Jennings for this Orangeville team. As we said, I think they're a little busy tonight.
Yeah, and a correction on my part. I mentioned Phil Sanderson leading this team, not on the bench with this Orangeville Northman team. So many big names on this bench. You just mentioned a few.
Ball bouncing around outside the crease. Bulldogs netminder unable to pick it up, but who does? Sebastian Denelon headed back to the net once again. That one's not going to leave the orange turf after a good stop.
Bulldogs goaltender trying to get that face mask call, and that's one of those calls at this level I wish they'd just get rid of. Again, it's minor lacrosse, yes, understand, but at this level, we talked about the All-Stars coming out of this league and the potential for all these players to go play Junior A. That rule out the window there.
Brody Haynes' shot handled here in the net of Orangeville. Under 3 left to play. Again, we are run time here due to minor rules in the third period. We'll stop it in the last 5 if we're still close.
Matt, a big thing that this will be the last provincial title for U17 that'll be played on a 4x4 net. next year approved, they will go to the 4x6 junior nets as they will play all U17 and U22 in the province on the junior size nets.
Lucas Ward, hidden ball play. Number 9 still got it despite faking it to Colton D'Amico, far side. Ward now to the last man off the bench, Vincent Ward. He'll wheel, fakes to nobody, shoots. Thompson still down to his knees to make the save as the rebound's picked up and out in transition by Orangeville. Ball carrier lowers the shoulder. Takedown on the near side, going to be called for a penalty against Halton Hills. Bouncer got past the netminder, but then went wide of the net as well. Orangeville headed back to the power play.
Yeah, Will Mason just gets his stick caught up high, and that's going to be the probably easier call for Tyler Flake tonight, the crew chief of this three-man crew, the officiating team, and holding the call. And it's a good one as his stick gets right up in as we get a good look here. It's going to happen on the left side of your screen. And again, stick caught right up there, and that's pretty well off ball. A pretty easy holding call for Tyler Flake.
Kieran Whitty works it through. Back to Finn Merrill. Far side, no shot yet from Orangeville. As Whitty will backpedal. That one seemed to come out of nowhere. In on the goaltender who makes the stop.
Yeah, a shot they'll want back. That one just hits him right in the Bulldog crest pretty easily. And a good stop, which will go back the other way now here on the penalty kill.
Last minute of the period as Vincent Ward takes it to the outside. Minute 20 left to kill. Tries shot from distance. Off the arm of Thompson. Still over a minute left to go on the power play. That could stretch into the next period if there's no goal in the next 30 seconds. Up top, Merrill. Finn Merrill to the corner, back and forth across the crease. Still no shot. Merrill then gets one. Again, the goaltender looking for the face mask call. That looked like it was clear off the shoulder.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close.
Lucas Ward runs away from trouble and looked like he was going to dribble out the period, but Brody Haynes coming in and kind of looked like Halton Hills wanted to push that for one final shot, but they'll lead 2-0 after the first period.
What a first period for the Halton Hills Bulldogs. You come out flying on the power play, and you capitalize on your first power play opportunity. A great feed, and they come up 1-0 on a great crease play as you get a good look there. Second one, it's a great outside shot off the pipe that beats Thompson at the hand. 2-0, and what we expected is going to be a back-and-forth final.
Indeed we do. 3-minute break here for the two teams, and we'll take it ourselves as we await the start of the second period here in this U17 A-level provincial championship game at the Ontario Lacrosse Festival here at Iroquois Park Sports Centre. We'll be back in about 3 minutes for period 2. Back here at Iroquois Park Sports Center in the Ontario Lacrosse Festival in Whitby, Ontario. Hello to all of you watching in Ontario, whether that's Halton Hills, Orangeville, across Canada, or anywhere else in the world, like, how about South Korea tuning in? Good morning.
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting that we get all across the world to watch this great sport, of course. Family and friends tuning in for game that means the most here for the U17. And not only family and friends, you got guys that are watching as scouts in the NLL, of course. A lot of colleges tuning in to see what the upcoming, future talent is at this level. This is a tremendous platform for these young athletes. A power play for the Northmen to start for 8 more seconds. But what a period it was for the Bulldogs. Connor Upshaw in between the pipes turned aside everything he saw.
Has to stand in for the tail end of the power play here, and a good shot right as the penalized player was getting back on the floor. Of course, the OLA will run the Epic Lacrosse U17 Prospect Showcase at Canada Games Park, August 17th through the 19th for players at this level as well. Maybe 1 or 2 scouts in attendance at that thing.
Oh, no doubt. That is going to be a tremendous, tremendous display of talent.
Oh, waved off in the crease. And some shoving there from Colton D'Amico as he had a goal taken away.
Well, the official, Chris Hasbros, couldn't have been in a better spot for that call, but a tough one if you're the Halton Hills Bulldogs, looking to go up 3, denied as a crease violation.
Orangeville with it to the outside. Tyler Gronroos stops up, turns and fires. Connor Upshaw, graduating goaltender, making the stop that comes all the way back, but Gronroos has it again.
Good chance here for the Northmen now to finally break through. Very similar storylines to the U13, U15 game. Team goes up by 2, and they're looking for the answer now.
How many shots in a row is that? Gronroos brings it back down again. Tanner Hart with the rebound after at least 2 straight, if not 3, from Upshaw. Going to be called upon again as this one bounces wide of the net. Karen Whitting up there first, but stolen away by Halton Hills. Bouncer in transition. Still trying to work on the change back was Isaac Snell. Picked up the ball, going to save possession here.
Well, if you're Halton, you got to give your D a rest now. That was about 1.5 minutes straight of zone time for the Orangeville Northmen. Need a good offensive possession here for the Bulldogs.
Vincent Ward had it skip wide. Shot clock count was on down on the floor by the official. Of course, one of those other aspects, your internal clock starts to tick more in tune with what's on the board once you get to this level as well. Guys recognizing late in the shot clock and what that means. Bouncer here. Upshaw will make the save. Rebound back to Halton Hills. Jackson Francie looked like he was going to push transition, and you're right. It is interesting to watch all 3 of these levels in front of you all in the same day.
Oh, for sure. It's a display of pretty much the progression of what this program has become for the players and where they're headed. It'd be nice to see a Junior A game followed right after because, boy, that is the creme de la creme of where these guys are going.
Of course, there have been a few of them during the festival here, and I'm sure these players stuck around to watch. The couple from the Whitby Warriors, some Senior B action, some Brooklyn Lacrosse Club in the playoffs with the Peterborough Lakers as well as this festival is ticked on. Big swim move here from Orangeville's Jacob Calais. Back for Sebastian Danilon. Shot from up top, caught by Upshaw. And he'll just let it drop back down in the crease.
Upshaw, you might know the name Dylan Ward, and boy, that's a very Dylan Ward-like save. He's almost out on top of the white paint of the crease to make that stop. Challenges the shooter. 0 for the shooter to see if the goaltender is going to be that far out.
Loose ball picked up right away, shot by Jackson Francie. Dylan Ward won a Minto Cup for Orangeville in this building, 2012.
Yeah, I had the chance to interview him actually when we were calling the Founders Cup together, Matt, back at the Alder Street Rec. I believe that was 2017, maybe 2018 when the Northmen hosted. And you think of a goaltender, how about Rylan Hartley getting injured in that series? And boy, he made a name for himself coming in that Founders Cup.
Cooper Cosmo just goes to show all of these players would love to play Junior A and would love to do it next year. There's a spot for you in B as well where you can make a name for yourself and you can be a star. So even if you end up on a C squad as you start to grow in your career and your development, that's okay too.
Well, I have to think if you're the Halton Hills Junior B Bulldogs, Mike Hancock and company watching this game for sure. A lot of prospects, of course, coming up through the ranks here at U17 in Halton.
Vincent Ward over the top. Want to talk goaltenders? How about Evan Konstantopoulos and his brother Zach coming through the Halton Hills Junior B program? Konstantopoulos, an NLL champion in his first season with the Buffalo Bandits as their third-string goaltender.
Yeah, it's tremendous when they get to line up against each other right now, and it's one of those things that you don't see very often, but boy, it's a special moment.
Out to the far side. Halton Hills still nursing a 2-goal lead. Brought on from that first period. We're 5 minutes into this second frame. Brody Haynes wheels it around the corner. A bouncer to the side of the net. They're not going to reset the shot clock. Well, the shot clock did reset as it's picked up by Orangeville. Nice outlet pass and pick up by Trent Dorr.
Talk about discipline and well coaching here from Halton to be able to get the guys out the back door quickly. Takes away the second period transition game for the Orangeville Northmen.
If you watched any of our Junior A games, you know how important that is, especially up in Orangeville. Seem to talk about it every time they play. Calais. Again, back through Danilon. Out from the corner, big step-up shot, Baxter Berman.
Yeah, halfway through this period, you got to wonder here what's going to change for Orangeville. No goals so far halfway through the game, and Upshall is in a groove right now. We're going to come to that water break as you take a look. 1-0 Orangeville, Matt, in Junior A lacrosse.
All the home teams have won the previous 4 games, so Orangeville trying to make it a elimination game coming back here on Tuesday night for Game 6, but previous 2 series, Whitby's had their back against the wall in the final 2 and have managed to squeak their way through. Here in this U17A final, 2-0. Finn Merrill going to jog it out to the far side. Quick pass to Grunrose. Lowers the shoulder. The shot here. Looked like Upshaw wasn't sure where it was as it rolls through the crease. Big collision. Still trying to drag it out from underneath the rugby scrum. And it is Orangeville that's going to reset the shot clock. Pass back here. Full splits made by Upshaw and the shot from Merrill.
What an acrobatic stop. Again, athleticism at its finest. The big Upshaw able to sprawl out and just get a toe on that one. A great stop from Connor Upshaw.
And I think you said it, the bigger bodied Upshaw as this shot bounces wide for Halton Hills. That's a hard thing for taller goaltenders to do, make full splits.
Yeah, typically you see them kind of challenge shooters. Again, Dylan Ward, this reminds me so much of Dylan Ward. He plays that outside game and challenges shooters to take those shots, and he'll play his angles. Trust where he's going to be square to the shooter, and Upshaw has been terrific.
Grunrose from distance. In underneath Upshaw, and as he covers up, we will get the goalie water break. And I know we said this in the previous 2 games. Well, we'll do it again. The 3 officials, of course, selected to work this game. We want to shout out all the officials who have worked this tournament by invitation, as they were put to the test here on the no goal crease call.
Well, as you get a look here, we'll keep our eye. It's going to be a rebound that comes right out. Is it the reach?
Reach in, yeah.
No call yet, so I'm... And there, right there, in minor lacrosse, the body can't break the plane, and your feet can't break the plane, of course, and his whole body comes into the crease before the ball is in. A great call and a great look from our camera operators, of course. Gary Morrison bringing you the pretty pictures today, but again, officials in the perfect spot, and that's Chris Asprose right on the doorstep. Tyler Flake, the crew chief from Fort Erie. Chris Asprose is the Mimico, and Brad Fennell, the St. Catharines native, brother to Eric Fennell, with the Halifax Thunderbirds, of course. Fennell, a big name, of course, in St. Catharines lacrosse, and of course a player himself, Brad. Played Junior A for the Double Blue, and now gave up the stick and hands it in for the whistle.
5-5 London and Nepean in the bronze medal game. Big collision here in front of the Orangeville crease. Bodies everywhere. Ball ends up down floor in the stick of Orangeville's Trent Dorr. Shout out Ian Garrison, Shane Hubbard, as we've done a few times already, Jeremy Bailey, Neil McDonald, Sean Grenier, Andrew Ecclestone, and the rest of the officiating crew, both those who have been on the floor and those who have been observing and helping those on the floor get to the next level.
Yeah, Matty Califf, a big shout out as well from Windsor, who drives all that way both weekends to Whitby, to St. Catharines to supervise the officials. And, of course, Neil McDonald, tremendous. A rulebook wizard of Neil McDonald, and he's done a tremendous job. Do not question anything with Neil McDonald on the rulebook. Trust me, he can recite the rule and page number to you.
We need to set up trivia night between Neil and Bales and see who comes out on top. We could be there a while. They've got page numbers and everything in their encyclopedias. Anyways, far side. Halton Hills back with it. Vincent Ward, that shot off the goaltender. Thompson saying it hit him in the face mask.
And again, this is why I hate this rule, because you know what? The rule is for safety, and I understand officials here at this level want the best for the game. Sure. The officials are going to bring the best that they can do for this game, and a goaltender questioning if it hit him in the head, we don't need those calls. It's there for safety. It's not for possession. Right there, that one goes off his shoulder and out of play.
5 minutes left here in the second period. Spin move back up top. Around for Brody Haynes. That shot. Thompson was down through his arms at it. No shot to make a save with, but that was dangerous.
I think that's just a better defensive play by Orangeville to get a stick on top of the Halton Hill Bulldog. Lone and naked, wide open on the crease. Thompson down and out, but he's unable to pick up that ball and get the rebound. This has been a battle.
For Merrill, yes indeed, especially here in this second period. Speaking of battles, good one going on the crease. Shot finally floats out of the stick of Merrill and past the side of the net.
Can't remember the last time Orangeville has been kind of held scoreless for this long. 2-0 right now, 4:15 to go. And an Orangeville team that is potent for putting in goals. And again, this is the level. The last year, though, you're going to see the small nets. We'll see if the 4x6 make that much of a difference.
Colton D'Amico set the screen there for that shot. Bounced off a defender. Picked up. Back the other way. Trent Dorr in transition. Off the foot of another split save from Upshaw.
Oh, he's hot right now. It's going to be a very, very tough night for the Orangeville Northmen offense to get one to pass Connor Upshaw. That is a tremendous save with the left foot.
Back to the near boards for Vincent Ward. Under 4 to go here in the period. Pass on the way through. Ward back with it with 10 on the Halton Hills shot clock. Trying to break his way free. Colton D'Amico to the front. The patience to put it in after Thompson went down.
This replay will do it justice, and you said that perfectly, Matt. That is patience that creates this goal. Not only is he going through traffic, and he finds a beautiful lane here to come right across the top. Beautiful feed. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, and now he's going to go over the top. Thompson, no chance. And running out of real estate, he's got the vision and patience to be able to put that low over top and go 3-0 for the Halton Hills Bulldogs.
That's a righty that comes over the top of the set. Looks like he almost runs himself out of space. Returns back with a twister from the side of the cage. That's a pretty one to make it 3-zip.
Yeah, to be able to go right over the top of the goaltender and tuck that in the low bottom corner of the net, that takes a lot of skill.
Low shot from Ward. More traditional one for Thompson to save. Rebound into the corner. Halton Hills have it. We'll play it back. Shooting on the run and scoring. Brody Haynes.
What a deflection and an unlucky bounce if you're the Orangeville Northmen. Everything going Halton Hills' way, and it starts right from the opening draw. This is just a simple outside shot. Watch who it hits off, and it's going to go off the defender for Orangeville, right off the shaft of the stick. And it's 4-0 Bulldogs. Remember, 2 timeouts to burn. I'm shocked Orangeville is yet to call one.
Well, we just talked about how much of a battle it was and how good the goaltending and defense was. But both of these teams, historically, you look at the way they play, and it's little quick outbursts. Like that as Grunrose nearly got one short in tight. They try again, second chance. Wide from Danilin.
Well,
And
the only
up
good thing for Orangeville, Matt, there's only a $1.22 in the period left.
Yeah, but Halton Hills continues to come with Baxter shooting that one in on Thompson, ball out here. Ball carrier Swarm just inside the restraining line. Gets his stick knocked back nearly to center. And Orangeville, unsurprisingly, gains possession. As you said, those 2 timeouts can be used in the same period. Brock Dickey can hear somebody calling for it from their couch from here as we're in the last minute. And Orangeville still trying to break free. Possession call here. Orangeville player knocked down.
Yeah, big battle that the Orangeville North are going to catch a huge break here as they get the ball back, and one of those one that Halton coaches aren't going to like to call the official regardless. Now they get a fresh timeout for the Northmen. You utilize this timeout. This is a must-score opportunity, if you will, Matt. I think you got to find a way to break through heading into that third period.
Here's another look at this pretty goal. Coming over the top from Colton D'Amico, gets himself open, and again, he's on his wrong side, coming back down to goal line extended.
Yeah, you talk to goaltenders in Orangeville, and again, this is the kind of the devil's advocate of playing that more acrobatic style, and this is just a bad break. There's nothing you could do. Sometimes when you play that acrobatic style rather than the more kind of conservative approach and just positionally sound, you get beat like that. But you're going to make more saves than not, and that's just a tough break for the netminder of Thompson, who has been terrific. Really bad bounce on the fourth goal. He's got no offensive support at all right now, and the Northmen really down right now by 4 in a game. They've controlled the majority of the offense at times, and now they'll have 6 on 5 for the last 28 seconds here in the middle period.
I was going to say Jeopardy theme ended right with the shot clock. That was
well timed.
That was cool, but they kept it going. Nothing cooler than walkout fireworks, though. We've had that for 3 games.
At the festival, baby. Here, this is where it all comes, and this is a big, big opportunity as they'll wait for the last shot.
Orangeville trying to break it open here. Straight down Main Street. Upshaw the save. Launched down floor and had time, but it's off target. But for Halton Hills, they're still going to lead 4-0 after 2.
Well, you definitely don't have this on your bingo card. A 4-0 lead for either team here in the U17 final. It's the Halton Hills Bulldogs, though, off and running with only 15 to go.
We'll have the conclusion for you on the other side of this break. A 3-minute timeout here at the Ontario Lacrosse Festival at Iroquois Park Sports Center in Whitby. We'll be right back. 4-0 here. Halton Hills on top of Orangeville in our final game of the afternoon/evening here in Ontario. The U17A finals. And the bronze medal game is cooking over on pad 2. How about 6-6 in double OT? They went through the full period, London and Nepean, and they're still arguing over that bronze medal over on the second pad.
Yeah, London struck first, gold in overtime to make it a 6-5 game. 15 seconds into the overtime period. $1.30 later, knotted at 6, half a dozen each as they go to period 5.
Final 15 scheduled here on pad number 1. The 4-goal lead for Halton Hills.
Yeah, big mountain to climb here if you're Orangeville. If you want to get anywhere close to overtime is, oh my, waved off.
Oh, Colton D'Amico nearly made the mountain just a little bit bigger. But if there's folks who can climb mountains, it's the Northmen.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, it's 4-0. 4 goals in Lacrosse. That's just a couple of minutes. We saw it in the Junior A game last night, but it starts with 1, and that's where they have to find a way to break through of Upshaw right now.
Jacob Calais, no over and back, will chase this all the way nearly to his own restraining line, now trying to launch it from distance, and that was never going to work.
You can see some of the players that have played at the junior level and the junior A level, especially when you see the ball going over and they're trying to keep it, then they realize, oh, we don't have over and back.
Tyler Fairhead out to the outside, working a pick and roll are the Bulldogs. Nice defense played by Jack Proctor to keep the cutter away from the crease.
Oh, Brad Fennell right on the crease there. The official makes a great call as he steps right in, and you see even on the, if you were to zoom in on the official, he couldn't get any closer to that line as they go back the other way.
Sebastian Danilin back up top. That shot just skipped wide from Finn Merrill. Came right back to him, but Halton Hills all over that loose ball. We already shouted out the officiating team. Jade Barco and the media team doing good work here at the festival as well. All the social media and pictures you've been seeing.
Oh, it's tremendous. Sometimes when they zoom in and get the slow-mo replays of the goals, and some big goals have been scored. We saw a huge stop in that U15 final from Franklin John, the St. Catharines netminder, but a tremendous catch the other way, and now could be a hero moment here.
Ontario Lax on all your favorite social media channels. Now running out. Sebastian DeFreitas will pull the shoot and give here to Vincent Ward. D'Amico out there as well, number 88. What's he got for an encore? Shot's going to come from Ward. Bouncer that goes off the end board is going to end up in the Orangeville bench. Of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't shout out Colleen Grimes, Ron McSpadgen, and more.
Big set here for the Orangeville Northmen defense. See if they could find a way, just make this a quick one to get the ball back in their stick and head the other way.
Bouncer down towards the corner. An army of volunteers also helping out, and will include timekeepers, scorekeepers, runners, and others in that category. Shout out their work throughout this Ontario Lacrosse Festival, the 20th annual OLA Festival here in Whitby, and it just keeps getting bigger and better. Up top, Jacob Calais. Return pass out of the reach of Danilin. Ends up bouncing in the crease.
Oh, what a grab.
Of Upshaw.
What a stick to be able to pull that back in.
Finn Merrill indeed. Thompson already sneaking his way off the floor. Back-to-back shots that hit off defenders. Merrill trying to pick it back up. No extra attacker actually came out, but Thompson back in the net now as Merrill will work it across to Gronros. Stops up, gets better shooting space. Defender had fallen. Bounce pass worked out by the Bulldogs.
Well, Halton Hills has just shut this offense down for the Orangeville Northmen. Nothing getting into the inside, and give credit where credit is due. And now I think we're going to have an issue here as the netminder's goaltender equipment, of Ty Thompson, I believe, is going to head to the bench. Something going on with the goaltender equipment. He was looking at it when he came to the bench the first time as they tried to get the extra attacker out. And now I'm unsure what is going on as he's going to go see long-time goaltender of Anthony Cosmo. And they look at his leg. Oh, it's the knee.
Yeah.
Knee pad came right off as Cosmo will try to get that back together.
Both of these teams do have two goaltenders on their bench, so Chase Wilson would be the backup if required. Declan Lowry for Halton Hills, and I think we just saw Wilson turn and go down the tunnel to see if he can't get his gear ready if needed, but he comes back with just no uppers, just the bottoms, so looks like this should be an easy fix. We'll see.
The trainer, Emma Pink, comes out, and she's got a drill. You don't see this very often here, as they're going to drill into the knee. Out-of-town update in Junior A land, 2-0 Orangeville, as that's Game 5. And how about London finding a way to win in double overtime? Blue Devils will take one back up the 401 West. And Nepean heads home east, finishing in 4th, but the bronze medal will see London on the floor at the end for the medal ceremony, but that's a battle. Going 5 periods, and it's on pad 2, the hottest. If you've been here and you've played, it's the hottest building inside. Very close to the oven in Burlington or Tony Rose.
I was just thinking. I wonder
you'd have to get a ranking.
Wonder how hot Tony Rose is for game number 5 tonight. But anyways,
that's a conversation for another day. You could name 5. Brampton Memorial on a sunny August day.
D'Amico, last man to touch it there. Another twister back. Looked like the man to pass it to him probably had the better shot, but maybe a moot point as the Bulldogs will work it back with a 3-on-1 defensive effort.
Good awareness from Halton Hills here, realizing no one's going to go after the ball, and Orangeville didn't even realize there was a attacker coming right towards him. Good play from the Halton Hills Bulldogs, gets the ball back.
Brody Haynes back across the floor, loading up a big shot, not going to take it. Is D'Amico. D'Amico rolls it in on net, just enough to reset the shot clock, and it'll come back to the restraining line where it's picked up by Ward.
Another offensive rebound here, and again, the tired defender is going to stay right on the floor. They had possession just 45 seconds ago, stripped away, and now they got to kill another full 30.
Walking in, number of moves, and then buried and sat on was Vincent Ward. Trying to put it on a show here at the festival yet again.
Good stop, Thompson, and again, had going right at him. I believe that was double 7s for the Bulldogs, and that was Ward. But a good stop from Thompson as he's going to look to the bench now.
Sidestepped his way all the way across to the boards. Not sure if he's trying to sneak off the floor. Shot comes in here from Merrill off the end boards. Under 10 left to get one across, and a hard hit into the glass there, taken by Brady Dixon.
Well, I think you're going to see 6 attackers now for Orangeville. Pretty much every offensive set. 8:40 to go in the third. And, Matt, we talked about must-score opportunities, and now they're at that point every single time they touch the ball.
Halton Hills back with it. Quick stick scores. And I was just about to say, not only do they need to score, but they need to stop it the other way. And this is just pretty from Halton Hills.
Yeah, a carbon copy of their first goal of the ball game. And again, right on the doorstep, able to find a magic as Ward will capitalize once more on the crease. Good feed, though, as this will be Ryan Riley, number 10, I believe, goes to the back door, and there's Ward on the doorstep. Quick stick, money, and it's 5-0.
Inching closer to our goalie water break here, the halfway point of this third and final regulation time period. Jackson Baxter.
This Halton Hills Bulldog team went through adversity today against the St. Catharines Athletics. I believe they won 5-1 in that ball game, but what an ending to that game. A match penalty was handed out to Halton Hills, a big hit at the end of the game, and of course, nearly saw coaches go at it a little bit off the floor. And it was one of those games that just saw some tenacity in the build-up that, hey, you got to play a gold medal game later. And now they've come out rested, and boy, what a showing here for the Bulldogs.
They credit Ryan Riley, graduating senior, with the goal. That puts Halton Hills up 5-0. Thompson looked to the bench, was waved off this time. He'll stay in the cage. Watching Merrill load up his shot. From the outside, Upshaw. Along the boards here to Kieran White. Down Main Street, another save, and with every one, the fans off to our left supporting Halton Hills get a little bit louder.
You could tell the family and friends here of Upshall, and they are loud and proud right now, and we'll see, as there's a big check, but a pretty good flop. Now we'll see if cooler heads prevail here as Orangeville, again, it's a 5-goal spread, but it starts with 1. Still a lot of time left in the ball game, 6:30. Orangeville needs the ball back.
That was Brody Hayes trying to draw the penalty as it comes back just inside the restraining line, lifted over top of everybody and back down into the corner. This will take us into our goaltender water break and into the back stretch here in this U17A provincial final game. 5-zip. Halton Hills on top right now.
Well, you get a good look here as they roll to the middle, and that makes the lead even bigger for the Halton Hills Bulldogs, rather, as they're able to go up top. But then this one is the magic one, and they said Riley, so Ward with the feed right to the crease, and oh my, so good on the doorstep. Quick stick, and they've had 2 like that. The first and the 5th made it 5-0 for the Halton Hills Bulldogs. Of course, Halton Hills, the Junior B Bulldogs and Junior C Bulldogs that play at the Mold Master Sports Complex, watching this one and supporting the future Bulldogs.
Those 2 replays back-to-back, I think, really tell the story of this game because light gray jerseys way too close to the orange turf with no one near them. Thompson coming out of the net again. Extra attacker is on. Merrill going to find Kieran Whitty. He is the extra man. Shot ends up off the glass. Thompson racing his way back in. Can he get there before the shooter? Yes, he can. Oh, my goodness. Still down. The shot doesn't quite get through. I think there was Danilin racing back for Orangeville.
Yeah, that's going to tire out a goaltender. You can only do this so often. And again, he'll huff and puff to the benches. They're going to call him here as they'll let him sit, actually.
Yeah.
And that's a smart decision. Give him his break, as that's a well-earned break from the netminder, bailing out his team again.
It was Anthony Cosma with the stop sign. You think he hasn't run the sprints a few times?
Yeah, he's known the KeyBank Center floor pretty well, I'm sure.
Narrow back down. Bulldogs. Some contact between the benches. Neither coach really happy about it as they continue to work through here over the shoulder. Vincent Ward still trying to get one as the back end is now called against the Northmen.
Good call by the officials again. Again, the player cannot pull the ball back in his own crease. Only the goaltender can do that. And the ball just picked up by the netminder in his own crease, brought in by a Northman defender.
D'Amico plays it to the outside boards. Ball carrier looks to circle the crease. D'Amico being worked over as he works to the top of that orange turf. Round the corner again. Swim move. And the shot from Haynes, who worked himself into open floor.
Little pushing and shoving behind the play. But nothing is going to phase the Bulldogs right now. Under 5 minutes to go in stop time territory. But Orangeville needs an answer. They need something.
Back up top, Merrill. No shot, pick and roll. And when they work it in through, nifty play, but Brady Dixon denied by Upshaw.
Yeah, give credit where credit is due, and Upshaw is just on fire right now. Everything is going his way. That one tried to go 5-hole. His stick wasn't even down, and somehow he's able to get his right foot across and make that right off the New Balance logo.
Working through Stephen West. This time a shot that skips just past Thompson. See if he gets the call this time with 3.5 left to go. Stick with us at the end of this game as we'll have medal and trophy presentations. Bronze medal going to London. Gold and silver between these two teams. Outside shot there. Grunrose offering, didn't get through, and then diving for it, Halton Hills knocking down Merrill, and it will be Orangeville possession, but a long way from home.
Yeah, 3:14 to go here for the Northmen. And you think everything's got to be thrown on net now. Need one to get the train rolling. But they need pretty much a goal every possession now.
Merrill shoots, just missed. Jump ball brought down, transition. Halton Hills back with it. Scores! Ryan Riley second. And perhaps the dagger.
Oh, what a shot. Well-placed shot on the breakaway, and he just goes up high. And that will seal the deal for the Halton Hills Bulldogs, who are going to find a way to pull out a big victory here in the U17 final. Again, a team that was so strong on the field back in May. A good field lacrosse team. They played together all year long. It capped off here, and it's going to be a U17 provincial championship. Up 6, half a dozen with under 3 to play.
When you start playing this level through Mariner, oh my goodness, off the face-off, a big slash from Colton D'Amico, who's going to head off here. Orangeville still want revenge.
Well, if you're the Halton Hills Bulldogs, all you have to do is simply walk away right now, and penalty is going to be coming. And you talked about it, the big slash, undisciplined now. And then helmet gets ripped off for the Bulldogs. We'll see what the officials call. And slashing going to be called, which will send the Bulldogs back to the box. Orangeville to the power play. And Matt, I'm looking at the champions U17 by season. And the Halton Hills Bulldogs have not won the U17 title since 1990. That's how far they dated back, where the U17 qualifiers began. The Orangeville Northmen, let me count them up while the game continues.
Should have started in the first period if you were going to do that and get it done in time. Low shot here. Over the top of that was Upshaw.
And 9 is the number. They've won it 9 times since 1990.
Orangeville going to hang 2 guys back. Looking to kick this one free after it popped out of the stick of the Halton Hills player. Back down floor. Players on either side of the crease. Knocked away by Taylor Fairhead. Closing in on the 2-minute warning. When you get to this level, these players play minor against each other, basically all the way up. These teams tend to look exactly the same. That's going to be the same case as they head into the next level. So when teams start to meet each other in Junior C, Junior B, Junior A, whatever the case may be, this is something that Halton Hills Bulldogs players will always have to hold over the head of the Orangeville Northmen, regardless of what happens in the future.
Yeah, no doubt. And a big thing to remember here for these players is, again, this game's streamed. You don't want to do anything that is going to put an image on your back here. Play the game out like men and finish the ball game. So much more lacrosse still to come. A lot of these players will board planes, of course, soon. A couple of them will join Team Ontario in St. John's to represent Ontario at the Canada Summer Games. A huge stage for lacrosse. As that shot, again, Upshaw has been terrific now, and what a night for Upshaw and the Bulldogs.
Calais, that latest offering. Halton Hills shorthanded for another 10 seconds, about to enter the final minute of play here in this U17 Provincial A Championship game. Just lifted back in towards the corner by Haynes one last final time. 44 seconds left to go, 6-zip on the boards. Bulldogs starting to, they were starting to hug and jump, and the coach came and told them the game's not over. Outside shot, Upshaw keeps it back in his crease. 30 seconds left to go. Upshaw does have to get out within 5. They do have to get over within 10 because actually we're 5-on-5, so never mind. They'll just come to the bench on a timeout called by the coaching staff.
Yeah, timeout call here, and boy, what a celebratory timeout this will be. The X's and O's out the window here as they will hug it out on the floor. And if you're the Orangeville Northmen, they have 5 guys already on the floor. This is just a matter of, hey, let's get the ball back going. And if you're the officials, blow it in right now.
Well, and as I said, not only have these two teams played against each other, teams that have been together for a while. You talked about the length of time it's been since there's been a banner hanging in Halton Hills. You don't think these players don't know that? And the fact that they've probably been together since, what, U7?
Oh, for sure, right? All these guys have played not only box lacrosse, but field lacrosse.
Field, yeah.
How about the winter time at the track? A lot of them playing, of course,
Sure.
Rock Elite League, playing in tournaments all across, like the Epic Games that's coming up at Canada Games Park. If you can get down to St. Catharines and you love U17 lacrosse and what the future has, August 17th to 19th, it's the U17 Prospect Showcase.
I think the timekeeper's just been given the run it out signal. Not entirely sure where the ball is or if there even is one, but not going to matter. It's 6-zip up on the scoreboard. Halton Hills Bulldogs. It's been a while, but they are the U17 provincial champions.
Not only that, but you can say it now, a shutout in the final. And again, Upshaw from the back end was terrific tonight. Everything denied by Upshaw, and if there is a player of the game and an MVP of the tournament in between the pipes, boy, he earned his money tonight. No doubt Upshaw will turn some heads. And at the other end, Ty Thompson, what a tournament. Again, this Orangeville Northman team found a way. No team was secured in this gold medal game until about 11:30 this morning. It could have been anyone's team. St. Catharines, a U17 favorite potentially, didn't even make the bronze medal game. This is how tight it was, and what a tournament for both of these ball clubs, and it ends with the Halton Hills Bulldogs really putting on a dominant performance.
You can see the emotion down on the floor, some of the coaching staff, some of the parents involved as well for this Halton Hills program. Emotion back on the other side for the Northmen, who are used to celebrating championships like this, and again, the rivalry that goes with the Halton Hills Bulldogs lacrosse. They're going to feel it right now, but as I've said twice already today, look back on this time with fondness that they've had getting to a provincial championship game at the OLA Festival in the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, the biggest example I can give you is how about Lucas Littlejohn right now with the Whitby Junior A Warriors, who then just boarded the plane and headed across the world to go play for Team Canada. Again, these players are not done. Their minor lacrosse careers, sure, maybe over right now. Boy, they're on to bigger and better things. This one is going to sting if you're the Orangeville Northmen. No doubt about that. However, if you want to talk about, and we were talking about on the air about how their goaltending has come so far, well, a great example is, I would say, watch the documentary about the Orangeville Northmen. You'll learn so much why the Orangeville Northmen is such a powerhouse in the lacrosse community.
Once again, a shout out and a thank you to the organizers of the Ontario Lacrosse Festival, the OLA Referees Association, to Spencer Tanguay stepping in. Good to call games with you yet again today. Our producer Gary Morrison, our director Rachel Wolf for their work today, the JVI Sports Network, and the Ontario Lacrosse Association from the Ontario Lacrosse Festival. We're going to leave you with the medal ceremonies, which will include the all-star teams here in the U17 division. My name is Matthew Carrick saying so long from Iroquois Park Sports Center. The next voice you'll hear is the PA announcer, who will give out the bronze medal to London, silver medal to Orangeville, and then gold and the trophy to the Halton Hills Bulldogs. Enjoy the rest of the Ontario Lacrosse Festival from Iroquois Park Sports Center. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in today.
Bryce Bryce Cornelius Dockstader. And number 98, Alex Stevenson. Head coach, Ned Carson. Trainer, Jamie Martin. Assistant coaches, Colin Holbrook, John Lowe, and Tyler Turner. The under 17A bronze medal winners, London Blue Devils. And now introducing your silver medalists, the Orangeville Northmen. Number 1, Chase Wilson. Number 30, Ty Thompson. Number 5, Paul Nelson. Number 6, Tyler Ruros. Sebastian Petraeus. Number 44, Isaac Snell. Number 55, Liam Quinn. Number 66, Tyler Fairhead. Number 77, Vincent Ward. Number 88, Colton D'Amico. Shanner. Assistant coaches Ethan Haynes, Kevin Haynes, and Matt Baxter. Gold medal winning Halton Hills Bulldogs under 17 A division. Congratulations. Now introducing your under 17 2025 All-Star team as voted on by the coaches from all teams competing after 2 qualifier weekends. Orangeville goaltender number 30, Ty Thompson. From London, number 77, Chase Carson. From Halton Hills, number 13, Brody Haynes. From St. Catharines, number 9, Reach Stainhouse. From Halton Hills, number 77, Vincent Ward. And from Guelph, number 12, Gage Thompson. The overall MVP for the 2025 U17 from Halton Hills, number 77, Vincent Ward. Now can I get the captains forward for the trophy presentation, please?